I need to preach to a few saints that are sinning problems like Big Box out and say, Lord, thank you for not forgetting me. Can I preach it like I feel it yet? And so the suggestion now becomes, he says, if you can somehow get in there and somehow submit to the open enrollment between November the 1st and December the 15th, whatever you do during that period is going to cause your new year to be set in order the right way. And I don't know nobody that wants to start 2016 like they did 2015. I'm looking for the best year of my life. Is there anybody that say, I lost money this year? No, come on, I lost friends this year. I lost my mood this year. Come on, I lost my house this year. But I'm headed into one of the best seasons of my life. I'm coming around the mountain, and so you understand that he gives us the opportunity to make changes. Billy Graham says that God loves you just as you are. He loves you so much, he don't want you to stay the same. And so what he gives you is an opportunity to come just how he sees you. But he plans on fixing you when you get there. Which means what? God allows me to go head on through it. He rolling through and doing like I'm doing. And then all of a sudden God puts a demand on my life for change. Because he understands that if better is going to take place in my life, it's not always going to be on apostle. It's not going to always be on pastor. There's going to be some stuff that Big Pop's going to have to do himself. There's going to have to be some place I'm going to have to turn down. Are y'all here? There's going to have to be some changes that I'm going to have to make. And so understanding the text properly, as we understand it, I'm a Bible preacher, we walk into Mark chapter number 3. And in Mark chapter number 3, it talks to us about Jesus going into the synagogue. And he's going in there and having a conversation. And people are looking at him. And the reason they're looking at him strange is because in chapter 2, he was just in the synagogue. And when he was in the synagogue, the religious people chased him away. All right. And this time Jesus said, so since the religious people, the people that just want to church all day, the people that's religious, they church me out. All right. They all church me out. Since they don't want me, I'm coming back for those who are broken. And I want to know who in here say, Lord, if you ain't coming for them, if you don't want all the look good church folk, then I'll stand up and represent you. Is there anybody here that say, Lord, they may have pushed you away, but I'm going to pull you in? Lord, I feel like arguing the text. And so the suggestion now becomes that when you begin to look at it, he said they come now into the synagogue and Jesus is in there and they began to look. And Jesus notices something. Jesus notices that there is a man inside of the synagogue who's in the right place. He's Sunday afternoon. He's not watching the football game. Sunday afternoon, he put his football to the side, his football game, put his wings and he put his shoulder to the side, he put his fries and his chips to the side. But he's in Word Alive Center tonight. But there's only one problem. When Jesus looked in the pews, he noted that he's in the right place, but he's dying. He understands that a piece of him has already dried up. Now I want to know, because sometimes you can have a good suit on, have the best Victoria's Secret or Chanel blue on, you can have all of the good smelling stuff on, and still be inside of the church and be dying. And so Jesus, I love that about him, that even when I smell stinky, he's still attracted to my life. Is there anybody here that thanks God that even when I'm at my worst, Jesus still knows where I am? Lord, I feel it. And so the suggestion now becomes that when he gets up in there, I think Jesus, I turned 40 last week. Y'all was there 2 weeks ago. I think Jesus is having an old man Cox moment. Because Jesus says to a man who has a dried up hand problem. Jesus says to a man who has a wicked issue going on. He tells this man who has limb issues to stand up. Maybe Jesus, you didn't read your miracles right. I can see if the man is the one who's been lame for 38 years, then maybe you could tell him to rise, take up your bed and walk. Maybe if it was another situation, but Jesus, you're giving the wrong instruction to a man that has limb problems. Why are you telling him to stand forth when he don't have any problems with his leg? Jesus said I had to change his position because he had become